Well, hello friends. Welcome back to OS Hacking. Today we are going to look at some refactoring stuff. There's a thing I've been meaning to do for a very long time, which is to move the window frame drawing out of the Windows Server and into the libgraphics library. And there are a bunch of reasons that I want to do that. The main one being that in order to create something like a theming application, for example, it would be very useful if you could say, hey, draw a window here with this override palette, for example. But also just moving it out to separate from the Windows Server would allow us to make something like decoration plugins and things like that in the future if we wanted to sort of alter the style or provide different looks for the windows. Anyway, so the first step towards that is just separating it out from the Windows Server program. So the way it currently works is that we have the window frame class in Windows Server, and Windows Server has this object called window, which represents one window, obviously, and every window has a frame. And the window frame draws the decoration around the window, and it also handles stuff like mouse events and the buttons and the menu if you click on the icon, things like that. But basically, my thinking is we want to get all of the painting and all of the metric stuff out of window frame and into a class that window frame calls, and maybe even instantiates. Now, I think it's okay to have a single instance of the theme, the active theme. So, because we don't need one per window frame, right? Because we're not going to be like some systems where like different windows look different ways. That's something that I feel particularly strongly about for Serenity, that we want to have like a consistent look. Even if you change the look, we still want it to be consistent between windows in the same session. So I think a single instance of a theme, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's just make a theme class for Windows. We'll call it like window theme, and with that, and then maybe that'll be like a virtual, like an abstract class, and then we'll have an implementation of it for the current theme, which we will call the classic theme, maybe? I feel like classic is a pretty good name for the theme that we're working with, because it has a classic look, right? So the current name of the theme, color theme that we're having is default, but maybe classic is a slightly nicer name than default, I would say. So let's see. Let's edit the make file. So what did we call these? Window theme and classic window theme. Yeah. Okay, and then refresh. Okay, so what do we put in a window theme class? First of all, we'll put it in the graphics namespace, and I'm thinking we'll have a protected constructor so that you can't instantiate it directly, and a virtual destructor because that's just how we roll here. And what do we put in this thing? I guess let's look at what window frame currently does. So we have paint notification frame and paint normal frame. Those are really the two like workhorses of the window frame class. They do like these notifications that pop up in the top right when you get a message in IRC or something like that. And they also do the regular window frames, which are the normal frames here. So I guess we can just do like we can just move code right now, and then we can think about improving the abstraction as we go. but I think something like this would make sense for starters. Let's grab the forwarding header here so we can see more classes. Okay, and likewise a notification frame. And since we're not window frame at this point, we're gonna have to pass along some stuff. So we'll pass along the, oh, these don't need to be namespace here actually. Pass along the window rect and I guess the title. So let's also grab the ACK forwarding header. There we go. And for notification frames, they don't have a title, but they have text and stuff, but that's actually managed by the notification server. So I'll show you the notification frame if you don't know what it looks like. Hello friends. This is the notification frame. So it's different from the normal window frames in that we have the sort of the title bar on the right hand side and it's vertical. So that's why it's a different function, because it draws that thing. So it doesn't need to do the text drawing and stuff that's done by notification server, but we do need the rectangle. Probably the rectangle is enough. And maybe we should provide a palette actually. Or maybe the theme should have a palette set on it. That would actually be easier, because then we don't need to pass it around all the time. So let's see. Const int rect, window rect, yeah. And I guess then, yeah, it's kind of implied that it's the window rect, so we don't need to do that. Okay. So then let's do paint normal frame. So the simplest version of this would just be calling like the window theme the or like current, something like that, and paint normal frame painter window rect, or wait, all these things here that we compute, I guess. Yeah, so the window frame object computes stuff like where's the title string, where's the button, where are the buttons, where's the icon, things like that. And the frame still needs to be computing that. We can't just delegate all of that work to the theme. In fact, we don't want to, because the window frame manages mouse events and it needs to know what you're clicking on and stuff, right? So really the window theme should just be something that can paint and tell you like how wide things are and stuff like that. So let's see. The graphics window theme, and then we'll make something like window theme current. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something like this. I'm going to make it static. And I think we will, for simplicity of development here, we will just have that, because we're not going to do multiple themes now anyway, so we can just make it instantiate something and return that. So static window theme, return theme. Yeah. And there's an abstract class, obviously, because I'm a silly goose. So let's actually instantiate our classic window theme here, which doesn't exist yet, of course, but we'll define it very soon, or declare it very soon. classic window theme. Oops, oopsie. Wait, where the heck did I go? Okay. Classic window theme. Final public window theme. Okay. And this guy will, of course, have a virtual destructor. Can't leave home without that. And we will override those two functions. So actually, let me just grab them here. It's easier. Override and override. All right, there we go. Then we can instantiate that. And what will the implementation look like? We'll find out. Just set these things up. Okay, blah, 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 and there we are. Maybe we should have a constructor for this guy, actually. Because I guess it's good if we can construct it. Yeah, we'll probably come up with some different construction scheme later on, but for now this will work. Okay, and of course this needs to be in the class. So, paint normal frame. Right, so what is the rectangle that we need to provide here? I guess we just need to give him the window rect, really. The M window rect and the M window title. And then everything else we should be able to derive from that information, I think. Of course, the title is something that we compute, so it might change. So, okay, hold on here. Rect, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so here we're calling style painter paint window frame. Right, so there's already some stuff in style painter rather than in paint normal frame. There's still a lot of stuff here. So it's good that we're moving more of this, the bulk of this, into libgraphics, because it seems like I was trying to do something like this earlier, but I didn't go all the way. So here, paint normal frame, and we have our title text here that we've computed, and the outer rect should be the rect. Okay, and then everything here goes in the thing. Title bar rect. Wait, I'm just thinking, can we compute all of these things? We should be able to. I hope. Okay, we'll see. Let's just yoink this and we'll see what happens. And we leave the icon here. Oh, we need to do the icon as well. Yeah, we'll have to pass along the icon. Okay, so this will need to include libgraphics style painter. And probably name our arguments here, outer rect, and that one is called title text, just for simplicity here for now. And the palette, right, the palette. I feel like the theme should have the palette stored on it, but you know what, let's just pass the palette along for now. It'll be easier, and then we can be fancy later. you go here, palette. Okay. All right. So we definitely can't do the buttons from here. We got to do the buttons in the other thing. This is only looking at what is the leftmost button, right? Okay. Okay, I guess we can just plumb the information here, and probably not going to retain this factoring forever, but it's a start. So we need the icon to come along with us. So we'll put that here as well. Graphics bitmap icon. Okay. And window frame just has to pass along the icon. Window icon and palette. Okay. So, window title font. Well, this should just be the bold font here. Like, I guess this thing gets to decide now what the font is. Windows Server doesn't get to decide anymore. So here we'll just say font, default bold font. Do we have more font stuff here? Window title font. Okay, so we'll do this. Title font. And title font is graph font, default bold font. All right, cool. And we need bitmap. Okay. So, title bar rect. I guess we need to figure out how to compute all these things. So, let's just do these one at a time. The title bar rect. That can become a private helper here. Int rect, title bar rect, and the input will be outer rect of the window, I guess. Maybe that can even be static. We'll find out. Okay, so you come with me. Title bar rect. It's actually nice if you could ask the theme for the title bar rect. So here we would say like graphics, window theme, current, title bar rect, and our input here would be like the window rect, I guess. So, oh, and a palette. We need a palette. Always a palette. So here, and the window title font, that's again just the default bold font. There we go. And we can call this the window rect. So we have the end window height, which is the window rect height. width, which is the window rect width, and oh, I guess here is the window type. So this is, if it's notification, then it's do this stuff. So we'll just put that in a separate function, I guess. So we'll have we can do this actually. Enum class window type normal notification. There. Oops. And then I guess we have to do this. Title bar rect. Window rect and palette. And of course, the leading argument will be the window type. Okay. And then here we just pass the window type is window type notification. If so, we pass graphics, window theme, window type notification, otherwise graphics, window theme, window type, normal. Okay, that's pretty chunky, but eh. Window manager, the palette. Oof. Alright, so then you come with me. And this will go in the classic as well. So you don't get to be static, actually you have to be virtual. That's okay. And then here we also get the window type. So if window type is window type notification, sure. You don't like this because it's not const qualified. Well, we could make it const qualified. It's always nice to const qualify stuff that doesn't mutate anything. Keeps you a bit more honest. So let's do that with our paint overrides as well, because they should really not alter any state when we just paint. That would be weird. And of course, we're going to need the palette declaration here. So palette. Okay, how am I going to bring that up? I don't know. I'm pressing something that brings up this big thing. Okay. Title bar rect. What is the outer rect actually? The outer rect is, oh, it's just the window frame rect. Oh, interesting. Right. So there's a difference between the frame rect and the window rect, because the frame rect includes the title bar and borders and everything, and the window rect is just literally like the content rect of the window. And the outer rect, notice, also is at 0, 0. It does not have x, y coordinates. Which seems relevant. So where do we apply x, y? Do we receive a translated painter? I forget how this works. We get told window frame paint, and window frame paint will translate the painter to the location, and then we can draw in frame relative coordinates, which is nice, makes it easier. Okay, so that's good to know. So all of our painting we can do in frame relative coordinates, so that like 0, 0 is at the top left of the frame. That's good. Okay, so here we pass window type normal, and the window rect we don't actually have here, so we'll have to give ourselves that. And palette. Okay, so title bar rect needs also the no, paint normal frame needs the window rect. Okay. The outer rect, we could probably compute the outer rect inside classic window theme, but for now, we'll do it here. So paint normal frame has to pass the M window rect. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and constant rect window rect. Cool. Okay, so then we need a title bar icon rect, which we can compute, hopefully. From, wait, this thing calls title bar rect. Okay, so we need title bar rect. Oh, with that one we already have. Title bar rect, right. So we need to call this thing with the appropriate inputs. So I guess they need the same inputs, basically. Wait, I'm doing this wrong. Title bar icon rect, right. Okay. And then it just takes these guys. Clickety clack. Window type, window rect palette. Cool. Okay. And normal window rect palette. Title bar text rect. Oh wait, we make the icon rect call. We'll do the same thing here. Title bar icon rect. So we delegate work to the theme, that's good. And finally the title text rect as well. Same inputs, I'm guessing. It looks like a lot of duplicate work going on here. Could probably consolidate this. See, it's like calling this stuff over and over. Pretty silly. Palette. Yeah, definitely room for improvement here. Okay. And we will also delegate here. Cool. So now we just need some more arguments here. And then we need compute frame colors. Okay, so this stuff is based on the state of the window in window management land, whether it's like the active window, or if it's like in the background, or if it's currently being dragged and things like that. Depending on that, it has a different color. You can see that it lights up a little bit when I drag it. And if I'm using the window switcher, then you can see that so it has like a highlight color, which is red. So we're choosing the frame colors based on this. So I'm thinking this thing, we should probably figure out what is the state and then let the theme figure this out instead. So frame colors. So nobody else uses this, right? Just yeah. So we can just move this to the window theme. So this can go here, and we need the state of the window for sure. So window state, let's say window state. Okay, and then we have active, inactive, highlighted, moving. I think those are the ones. So we'll just do that. And with graphics, forward. Forward doesn't have color in it? No, it does. This doesn't seem like it should be a problem. Anyway, compute frame colors for window state. Okay, and let's see how we handle that. So here we just want to compute the window state in Windows Server. So window theme, window state. Window state for theme, or I don't know. Here, let's see. So this logic needs to be also in the class of theme, of course. We shouldn't forget about that. Okay, typing is difficult today for some reason. Classic window theme. Compute frame colors, finally. Okay, and then based on the state and the palette. Okay, so if state is highlighted. Okay, let's switch actually, so that we don't miss anything. Windows state moving, active, active or accessory. Interesting. That's okay. We don't care about that here actually. Default or case window state inactive. Default assert not reached. Cool. Okay, what is this thing? Right, and then this thing needed a palette argument. Okay, and this thing is const. Window state. So here we pass the window state and the palette. And now the only thing remaining here, or actually, wait, we have to deal with this also. state highlighted. Moving. Active and inactive. All right. Nice, nice. And I think here we have to pull in that header, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Windows state for theme, yeah. Windows state for theme, oof. And okay, so we need, where's the leftmost button? It's such an arbitrary thing, but we need that to figure out where the stripes end, because we draw these stripes, right? And you see that the stripes, they start right after the title, and they end at a specific distance before the leftmost window button. And since you can have different sets of buttons, depending on like whether maximize is allowed, stuff like that, we don't know up front. Like it's the distance from the right edge to the stripes depends on the number of buttons. So probably we would want to move button logic to an extent into the window theme thing eventually, but right now let's just compute the leftmost button rect and send it in. Yeah, so we'll compute this outside. So it's like a little hodgepodge of things being passed along here, but whatever. Leftmost button rect. We'll get to a place later where we don't have to pass this stuff in. Maybe not today, but at some point. Okay, and then of course we need to pass it in here, so we have to compute it. Leftmost button rect. Alright. So I think that's all of the code. It doesn't build because I made a bunch of mistakes apparently, like putting pragma once in a CPP file. That's very silly. And wait, did I actually need to? I guess I actually need clear. Yeah, I can't declare a struct without knowing what these things are. What was I thinking? And window theme CPP needs a destructor. Okay. So let's see if it comes up remotely correct. Oh, look at that. It's basically identical to the way it was before. Perfect. And it's looking nice and smooth. Okay, that's pretty good. Good refactor. First step. So let's make some commits here, I guess. So we'll add no, wait. We'll do the window theme first. The graphics. Start building out a window theme. Or add a basic abstract window theme class. This class will provide painting and metrics for window themes. Okay, and yeah, so we'll do everything here. This will be Windows Server plus the graphics, move normal window frame painting to a window theme. Or yeah. This patch introduces the classic window theme, which is our default theme, implemented as a graphics window theme subclass. In this initial cut, we move normal window frame painting and title bar metrics helpers to the graphics out of Windows Server and into this will eventually allow us much greater flexibility with theming windows, and also makes it easier to build applications that want to render a window with specific style for some reason. Yeah, that's one way of saying window theme editing app. But anyway, maybe let's do the notification frame also, because I didn't feel like that was particularly more complex. And then we won't have frame paints here anymore. That would be good. So really it's the same kind of pattern, right? Like graphics, window theme, current, paint, notification frame. And we just send him the painter and the outer rect and the palette. Okay. Oh, oops. I guess I need to actually compute the palette and the outer rect. Classic window theme. So here, and what are we looking at here? Oh, it's another instance of the frickin' buttons. Okay, so first here, this is a window type notification. And we need the window rect, and we need the palette. So again, we have to pass along window rect as well. That's fine. Cool. And then this is not the leftmost button, but like I mean, there's only going to be one button on notifications. So it's the close button, I guess we could call it. Close button rect. Let's pass that along. Close button rect. So hold on. And in window for May, yeah, it's just passing that in the last button. That's the close button rect. Too few arguments. There you go. So this is the close button rect. And that's the window rect. There we go. Okay, is that everything? Let's check it out. Forgot about something. On line 164, what did I do wrong? Forgot to save, of all things. Okay, notify. Hello, friends. And it looks just right. Very cool. Okay, so let's commit that. Windows server plus libgraphics. Notification. Window frame painting. Libgraphics. Classic window theme. Can now also paint notification windows frames. The arguments, or well, we don't have to give commentary on that, but it is a little bit awkward that we pass in the arguments, but that is temporary. I think we'll find ways forward with all of this stuff. Because we'll probably want to do the buttons in the theme as well, and in fact, maybe we'll even maybe we would even want to make the theme have some amount of logic. I'm not sure. Right now, it feels good that we keep the logic in the window frame itself, in the Windows server itself, rather than having like you know, stuff like button state management and things like that in the theme. It's nice if the theme can just be a dumb class that knows how to paint and knows how to measure. But at the same time, like for something like the making an application for editing window themes, we'll probably want to see buttons there as well, right? So it might make sense to separate out more than just the painting and measurement, like maybe also the button stuff. Anyway, that's stuff for the future. I think this is going to be it for today's video. So today was just about yoinking some stuff out of Windows Server, moving it to libgraphics, starting on some window theme classes, and I think that went pretty well. So if you made it this far, then I thank you for watching and for hanging out. And today was a completely refactoring oriented video, so we didn't do any new features or anything, and everything looks the same as it did before, which of course is what we wanted. But I hope that you saw something interesting. I think this is a nice step towards a better future, so I'm happy with the progress, and I guess I hope to see you next time. Bye.